Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Football Update. I am here to update you on the latest news on football and also latest news on the Arsenal Football Club. Yes, I want to apologize for everyone because after the transfer window closed, I went for a short holiday, but I'm now back to update you the latest news on football. So please subscribe to our channel, share, like, and comment because we have a lot to talk about. We are going to talk about Arsenal striking plan. Remember the last time I talked to you, in my last video, I told you that Arsenal have a very good plan. They have a very good plan on the striking position. Yes. Now the good news is that Arsenal have advancing very well in top two strikers. Arsenal have only two top strikers, and out of that two, they're going to sign one. Yes. So we are going to discuss about Alexander Isaac and Benjamin Sesko. But before we dive into the detail, please subscribe to our channel, like, share, and comment. Now, let's dive into the details. Like I have told you, I told you that Arsenal have a very good plan on a striking position. Arsenal want to sign striker in the January transfer window, but they realize that their two top targets are not available in the January transfer window. What do? They decide not to ruin the relationship between the two clubs. Yes, Arsenal inquired about Alexander Isaac. They also make inquiries about Benjamin Sesko. But Newcastle is not willing to sell Alexander Isaac for any price at all in January transfer window. Arsenal realized that, and they also inquire about Benjamin Sesko. They don't want to ruin the relationship between the two clubs, so they decided to wait until the summer. Remember, I told you that Arteta only want to sign striker that is going to improve his squad. That is why they tried to sign Oli Watkins. But Aston Villa is not willing to let him go because they have sold John Duran. The good news now is that Arsenal are now advancing very well. The discourse is now advancing very well, especially on the Benjamin Sesko. But let me clarify the situation. Arsenal number one target is Alexander Isaac. Yes, Arsenal want to sign Alexander Isaac. If they can't get their number one target, they now turn to their number two target, which is Benjamin Sesko. Yes, Arteta like Isaac. He want to sign him. He has been pressing very hard, trying to convince him to come to Arsenal. Now, Isaac has agreed to come to Arsenal only on two conditions. Yes, he will come to Arsenal if two conditions will be met. Number one, if Newcastle didn't qualify for next Champions League. Yes, if Newcastle don't qualify for next Champions League, that means Alexander Isak is going to leave Newcastle. If he leaves Newcastle, he has given Arteta his word that he's going to join him at Arsenal. Yes. Another point is that if Arsenal are willing to match Newcastle demand on the price, because Arsenal are not the only club interested in Alexander Isak. There's other club interested, but Arteta are pushing very hard to sign him. Isaak want to play for Arsenal, and he like Arsenal project. He want to play under Mikel Arteta. But if Arteta can meet Newcastle demands, because Newcastle are going to demand a very, very high price on Isaak. Yes, according to the news, if Newcastle will let him go, it's going to be around 100, 110, 120 million pounds. The question is, are Arsenal willing to go that high and pay such amount of money in Alexander Isaak? But if they don't qualify, and if Arsenal are willing to match the demand, Isaak is willing to join Arsenal in the summer. So Arsenal are now advancing very well on player side. They are trying to convince him. Personal terms is not going to be a problem. They have discussed about that. They know the length of the contract. They have discussing a lot, pending how Newcastle are going to finish up. Even though Newcastle end up qualifying for the next Champions League, Alexander Isaak might still come to Arsenal if Arsenal are going to meet their demand, because if they qualify, the demand is going to be more way higher than what they're going to demand if they don't qualify for the next Champions League. But the question remains, are Arsenal willing to go that high for Isaak? While they have a second top striker they are looking for, that is Benjamin Sesko, who is a very, very good striker. Yes, and willing to come to Arsenal. Arsenal tried to sign Sesko in the January. They approach Leipzig. They say no. They are not interested in negotiating any deal. They are not interested in selling him. They are not interested in anything at all in January. They want to keep him. They want him to stay. But they knew in the summer the situation might be different, because one, he has agreement with the club, not a release clause, but he has a gentleman agreement that they are going to let him join another club in January transfer in the summer. So Leipzig know that in the summer the situation is going to be different, but they are not willing to sell in the January transfer window. So Arsenal is not also willing to ruin the relationship, because they know they are going to come back in the summer. The good news now is that Arsenal are now advancing both on the player side and on the club side. Yes, Arsenal are really advancing very, very well. The news, according to the news today coming out from Germany, is that Arsenal are now discussing with both club and Benjamin Sesko, and the deal is going to worth around 60 to 70 million euros. That is what Arsenal are going to pay for Leipzig to Benjamin Sesko's service. And Sesko is willing to join Arsenal because he loves Arsenal. He loves Arteta. He's willing to join Arsenal. He loves their project. He loves the club. He loves the city. He loves everything about Arsenal, and he's willing to play for Arsenal. Yes. That does not mean that Arsenal is going to sign two of them. No. Two of them is the two top targets for Arsenal. So they must sign one. And they are going to sign another attacking player. Is either attacking midfield or a winger, which they are going to go on Cunha on Wales or Nicole Williams. If they sign either Alexander Isaak or Benjamin Sesko, they are going to go for attacking midfielder or a winger. They tried to sign Cunha in January transfer window, but because of the situation of Wales, they say no. They are not interested in selling him in the January transfer window. At a point, Arsenal managed to turn his head to join Arsenal in the January transfer window, but Wales agreed to include a release clause in his contract. The release clause will now come to effect in this summer. So Arsenal knew that in the summer the situation is going to be different. Yes, they know they have a chance of signing him in the summer. So Arsenal can either go sign Cunha because he's willing to join Arsenal even in January transfer window, but because of the situation of Wales, there's no chance for Wales to allow him to join Arsenal. But Arsenal could sign him or sign Nico Williams because Nico Williams has a release clause of 48 to 50 million euros. Arsenal knows about that. And Arsenal want to trigger the clause in January. But the player decided to stay back and finish the summer with the club. So in the summer, Arsenal are going to sign 2 attacking players. The good news there is that Arsenal are now advancing in both their target, both in their striking position and winger or attacking midfield. If they don't sign Benjamin Sesko, they are going to sign Alexander Isaak. If they don't sign Matthias Cunha, they are going to sign Nico Williams from Atletico Madrid. So it's a very good news. Arsenal have a very, very good plan on a striking position. I know most of Arsenal fans are very, very frustrated now, but they are going to be a happy time in the summer for Arsenal because they are trying to do something very big in striking position. So thank you. Please subscribe to our channel so that you will be the first to notify when we are going to drop our next update because there are so many things going on the ground right about now. Thank you and stay safe.